Hello, peoples. So, it's kind of late and I'm kind of out of it, but I needed to go ahead and get it out of my mind and into this video because I know that this week I start back to work. And once the work starts, I might do a video once every week or once every 2 or 3 days. So, wanted to get it out so it wouldn't build up, but I think it's important to video like yesterday, which is my day 4, but it also was like the day before my start over date, and then for today and what the start over day looks like. So if you're just now looking at this is me attempting to help myself become more self-disciplined with getting out of my financial burdens, aka that debt. I should put like that debt in quotes because seriously, it needs to have its own little title just so we can understand it's a real life thing. So anyway, just a probably less than 30-second, I'm gonna try to hold to that explanation of what I'm doing in the event you weren't able to see my video before. I've been trying to find ways to simplify my life so I won't be so stressed out and make it a lot easier to live in life, but also to get myself out of financial debt. So I decided to go do some research, and in doing that, I've run upon Jordan Page, who is great. God has really given her wisdom on understanding how to get out of debt in a way that's feasible for everybody. Honestly, it's not always comfortable. It's not always going to be easy, but if you want it, you will do it. So go look up Jordan Page. She has a YouTube channel. I know she does Instagram stuff. I think she also does a blog with videos and stuff in it. So look that stuff up. She's wonderful. And I'm probably going to go through her. I think she has a boot camp for financial stuff too. So I'm probably going to go through one of those boot camps too. But I'm interested in trying one of her theories out, which is living off of 70% of your income. So I've already started that, and I started mine on Wednesday, and today is Sunday. Sunday is my start over date. So Wednesday through yesterday, which was Saturday, was my first half a week of it. And in every week of the month, you budget something out for yourself to use. So you get your bills and stuff paid, but even in getting your bills and stuff paid, you can only use 70% of what you actually bring home to use. 20% will go into savings, and then 10% will go into tithing. Or if you're not Christian, another thing that it's important to you to do. So like charities, or I think she gave a few other examples in one of her blogs or her vlogs on YouTube. So just go look her up. I'm telling you, girl is great. So I'm taking no credit for this. She got all this. God has just really envisioned it in her mind and in her heart. Yes, he has. But anyway, so with all of that said, for the first 4 days, not so bad, but I ran into my first dilemma, and I was like, let's talk about this dilemma, so that if somebody else has to go through something similar, they won't be freaked out by it. So first dilemma was this. I have 2 kitty cats. I do live with my sister, so she helps with the financial part with the cats and also with rent and stuff like that. But with the cats, even if she gave her half, what I had left over in my budget on Saturday was $21. And if anybody got pets, you already know these mugs be costing money. Come here, baby. I'm gonna let the world see you. That's my bubba right there. I'm my little bubba. So anyway, them mugs be costing money. Not to mention they already been to the vet several times this summer because of sickness and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they'd already been the ones eating up the credit card stuff. But they needed to eat and they needed litter. So those 2 things are still not cheap. I try to get brands that I know are pretty great quality, best I can. And those typically run $25 to, I ain't gonna pay over $40 for a big, huge bag. Not a little bitty tiny, a big old bag that's gonna last for a month and a half, almost 2 months. Them kind of bags. I don't know about no 2 months, but a month and a half at least, the big bags will last. So they cost money. And like I said, even if my sister gave me half on that, plus still gotta get litter, which I think the litter is $15. And it's a certain type that we use. That's not the powdery kind that gets dust everywhere. It's a pellet kind. And it's a little bit more expensive, but it lasts longer too. So in either case, and you gotta get little mats for those too. So all that stuff costs money. And I just couldn't afford to give her exact half on that and still be able to go down to spend time with my other part of the family me and my sister's other part of the family. She wasn't able to join because she was working, but I was not working. That looks like a white stain on my ceiling. I need to talk to the apartment people about that. I'm so sorry. That's random, but I just saw that. Okay, focus. So anyway, I was like, well, I got a dilemma now. I need to feed the cats and I need to get them litter, but I also want to go spend time with my family this weekend. And I know if I go somewhere to spend time with somebody, I am not a leecher. I try not to be leeching on folks and be eating on folks, going in the refrigerator and stuff, eating up. Even if it's my family, we're not going to do that. I'm a grown-tail woman, and I'm going to contribute. Because I don't want folks coming to my house, be eating my food up and stuff like that, and be acting like, oh, I ain't, and they got the money to do it. No. You're going to do what you got to do. Be real, be nice, because, we all got to work for this money. It's hard work, so it's just not fair to be, using people like that when you got it to give. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to, I want to be able to contribute if I'm going to eat, because I'm going to eat, right? So I make the decision to say I'm going to go over and spend time with my family this weekend because I know I'm about to go back to work. So I do that, and then I put my cat stuff on the back burner. Now, mind you, they don't really not going to run out of their litter or their food until Tuesday, Wednesday. So they got time. I just wanted to go ahead and have it here at the house so that I could go ahead and switch it out seamlessly. So it just means that it's going to be more work for me now to have to go get it when I start this week at school. So that's the issue with that. So they could make it. They just needed it to go ahead and have it here for that. So with that said, I was like, they'll be fine. I'll just be gone a day and I'll get it for them on Sunday or Monday. I didn't end up getting it today, which is Sunday. I'll get it tomorrow for sure, though, just to make sure it's here and they are taken care of because I want my babies to make sure they're okay. Now, with that said, now that first dilemma was solved, I was like, okay, well, I know it's going to start over again on Sunday. That'll be $75 more I can work with. Well, now we got to eat. How we going to be eating up at these folks' house if I ain't got no money? Well, I got that $21 left from this week, this half week that I have. So I got $21 to contribute. Now, I let it be known very clearly I'm doing 70% off income. I'm saving to pay off my credit cards and my student loans. The people I'm communicating with that's in my family know very, very well what I'm doing. It's not a shocking thing. And I tell them this out of courtesy so that they can understand this is what I got to spend. I don't want to take advantage of you because I know you have to work for that money just like I do. So I'm not going to be mean and take advantage of you if I need to go get my own food so that so I won't be eating off y'all stuff like that. We'll do that. Well, we worked it out to where we can get a plan together about what we wanted to eat. At first, it was going to be something much more expensive, like making burgers and fries and blah, blah, blah. And like I said, the same thing comes up. When you talk about spending money in a grocery store, especially on some meat, it's going to be more than $20-some for half. And I was like, I shouldn't even first of all be paying half. I should probably be paying a fourth because of the amount of family members that will be eating off of this. But we're not going to even get into that conversation. That's about setting boundaries and stuff like that. We'll get there one day, but not in this one. So anyway, I was like, well, I can't pay that. I just cannot afford that. So we got to come up with another plan. So I did. I decided to get tilapia instead. So I bought a bag of tilapia. It had 8 of them in there for $10. And I was like, oh, we can do this. And then we can get some broccoli. Because the broccoli was $2 maybe for the 2 heads of broccoli that I got. And then I also bought canola oil and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, look, that's $16. But I need you to pay me back. I need you to pay me something. So I won't be paying all of this by myself because you know what my budget is. Now, mind you, I had gone over there earlier that week and I had eaten breakfast, which was cereal. And then I had also eaten some lunch or dinner stuff too, which granted, it wasn't really over $8 of what I ate. Let's just be honest if you do my serving and my helping. But I was like, okay, I can take that in consideration. I ate there and I didn't pay anything on that particular day. So I'm not going to charge you half, or I'm not going to be hey, I want half back on this grocery bill. But earlier that week, there was something that I purchased for these particular family members, and they said they were going to pay me back. And I bought that under the pretense that it was going to be paid back because I knew what I had to work with. And by then, I'd already started my whole little plan situation. So they knew what was going on. And I said, I'll go ahead and do it, even though I'm doing this. And they knew. So they were like, okay, I'll get it back to you. Well, that was brought up when purchasing stuff. That was the dilemma. Okay, so yeah, That's part of what's need to be paid back. But then it's like, oh, well, did I tell you that you need to pay? Did you say you would pay some of that for me? No, I didn't say I was going to pay none of it for you because I needed the money. And I was pleased to get it because I know it went towards a good cause, but I also knew that was going to put me in the hole a little bit. So, no, I'm sorry. You got to pay me the whole thing back on that because that was kind of that's what you said you were going to do. So, I asked for that, and I did get that back. Even though it was like, oh, what did you sure? Are you sure you said you were going to want me to pay you the whole? Yeah, I'm sure I did say I wanted the whole thing back. So, made sure that boundary was established in a nice and polite way. I wasn't smart and all this. I didn't do all that. I just was like, I just said what I had to say. And you know how difficult it is with family. You don't want family to get mad at you and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So I did that. And it went over fine. So I got $15 back. The $10 for that thing I purchased earlier that week. And then I asked for $5 back on the grocery bill, even though it was $16. But in all fairness, because I was going to eat breakfast. And like I said, the earlier of the week I came there. And they were accommodating to me in that day, then it was worth that. So $15 was great. So even though I did spend that $16 out of that $21 that was remaining, I was able to replenish that, and I was able to carry over some money from my first half a week into my new week, which is today. I was able to carry over $21 into my $75. So now I have 75 plus 20. What is it? 75 plus 21, which is $91, right? Yes, $91 that I have left over. Now, in the next video, I'm going to explain to you just like some really other great news of how that budget has expanded from 91 to even more than that. And the reason why it expanded is because I cleaned out my junk and I find some nice treasures. Some nice treasures like money that I didn't realize I had. Cats, what are you doing? I'm so sorry for all the saying. I don't know what they're doing now. But anyway, cash that I had and gift cards that I had that I didn't even realize I had because it was all stored in junk that I cleaned out. So I'm going to end this video here. If you have had any dilemmas with having to be self-disciplined and then had to make decisions with like your family members and telling them like, I can't afford this, blah, blah, blah. Like leave in the comments how you handle that because it's still, I've been going through a season here of maturing in some pains that I've been through in the past. And a part of that healing process has led me to discovering what boundaries are between family members, friends, coworkers, blah, blah, blah. And so in establishing those boundaries, I'm having to establish new ones, which is a little uncomfortable, especially when it's with family. So I'm just curious to see if there's someone else that has experienced, those kind of tension issues with money or even anything, like especially in the situation with money, particularly, and how you dealt with that. That would be awesome to know. And just as a side note, for me, and then I'm going to stop. I promise you I'm going to stop talking and to get to the next video. There's been times where I literally have overspent myself at Christmas time on trying to just get Christmas gifts because I didn't want people to judge me. Like, oh, she broke, she ain't got no money. Or, oh, she ain't give us nothing. But I literally went into debt because I wanted to make them happy. That's a no-no. Don't do that. We'll talk about that more in the next video. I will see you later. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you. Bye.